This video's not made for kids, you crazy bitch-ass bastard!
Come with me to the Cedrian Isle off the coast of Britain. It's about 60 miles. There's good and there's bad and there's stuff in between. With steamies and diesels, you'll see what I mean. People and parcels, works lots of fun. Watch these engines out in the snow, rain, and sun. They work real hard, they stay on track. Oh no, there's some baddies, just watch your back. Are you looking for fun? Yes, we're looking for fun. Are you being really useful? We're being really useful. Sit back and relax. It's the tales of the Northwestern Rails. It's the tales of the Northwestern Rails. Hope you enjoy. What the dickens, Tiger Moth?
Percy puffed sulkingly away from the harbor and back to Titmuth's sheds.
So, Percy, did you manage to catch Thomas before he left?
No, I missed the ship.
Oh well, that's a shame. I'm sure it'll be okay. He'll be back.
During the afternoon, Percy woke up from his nap, ready to take some trains along the Farquhar branch line. He was still quite upset, though. Toby arrived with Henrietta. Henrietta could see that Percy was upset.
Afternoon, Percy. Had a good nap?
Barely. I missed a chance to say goodbye to Thomas and apologize for the fight we had last night.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully someone on the Farquhar branch line will cheer you up. I know you enjoy a good rundown on the line.
Percy attempted to take Henrietta's word, but seeing how the Farquhar branch line is actually Thomas's branch line, he couldn't help but think of Thomas everywhere he went.
Who decided to crawl out of the hay?
The farm reminded him of Thomas. The quarry reminded him of Thomas. The roadways reminded him of Thomas. Even the rolling stock reminded him of Thomas.
Okay, I get it. I'm clearly losing my mind right now, and you are narrating into my inner turmoil. This isn't really helpful.
Okay. Sorry, Percy. I was just doing my job as a narrator.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm just barely hanging on.
Indeed, Percy was barely hanging on. So come the following day, Percy requested to take different jobs. And so, he did. His first assignment was to take the local train to Vickerstown.
Another day on the Farquhar line?
Not this time, Henry. I'm going to do activities outside the branch line today, just to clear my eyes for a couple of days ago.
Oh, being diverse, I see. Well, I suppose that's okay. Have a good run.
With the guard's whistle blown, Percy departed from Knapford and made his way along the main road. After his passenger run to Vickerstown, his next assignment was to collect some scrap metal along the island and take it to the aluminum works. Diesel 10, who was co-working with Percy, was a bit puzzled on why of all engines, Percy was assigned to take some scrap. But Percy had no reply.
Well, that's rather puzzling. You there, little brake van. I have an assignment for you. Watch my note.
Oh, okay then. Once Percy's train was loaded with scrap, he escorted them all the way to the aluminum works. The scrap metal there gets melted down and gets processed into ingots for an engine to take to the mainland. The ingots were quite heavy for poor Percy. He tried to depart from the works with the ingots, but he struggled to do so. His wheels squealed and slipped along the rails.
Trust a silly little tank engine to not deliver Gringotts. Bet he can't even pull one telescope wagon full of Gringotts.
Percy was in no mood to be a punching bag, so he blew his do-as-I-say whistle. At last, with a little bonus effort, the ingots train started to move. Harry and Bert were quite shaken. It had been some time since they heard that kind of a whistle. Percy hauled the ingots train all the way to Vickerstown. Henry was waiting there with half of his train. He was to take the ingots the rest of the way to the mainland.
Oh, well, hello, Percy. It's not too often to see you on the main line.
Well, do I pay the bail on time?
Fair point. Oh, and I got your letter a couple of days ago. You know, about the box fan incident.
Oh, you did?
Yep. So how'd it go with Thomas?
I'd rather not talk about it. Think I just like you would look down upon me and believe everything was rubbish.
Whoa, hey now. I wouldn't fully say that. Considering how you owned up to me with that letter, I credit your bravery. In fact, if there's anything bothering you, you tell someone you trust. Your top Pat, Rebecca, Emily, Edward, Toby, and me. We'll be willing to help you. Words can do more than actions.
Thanks, Henry.
You're welcome. Now I've got at least a few more minutes before taking a train to a shunt yard in Houston. So why not tell me how things are at the moment?
Percy took a deep breath and told the big green engine his events during the past couple days until Rosie shunted the rest of his train.
So, what did you hear?
Oh, well, the big green engine, he was all like, hey, Percy, it's been a while since I've seen you on the main line. And Percy was all like, you wouldn't care, and, it's some time off of the branch line. Everything reminds me of Thomas. And then Rosie came in and shunted me to Henry.
What was that last bit?
Percy's having a rough time on Thomas's branch line?
Interesting. Well, thank you for keeping an eye on my mutual.
Oh, you got it. Happy to help.
Ta-ta. Everything reminds him of Thomas. Well, high tide to remove some dead weight.
The next day, Diesel 10 rolled into the Elsbridge carriage shed and saw Thomas's pair of coaches, Annie and Clarabelle.
Oh no! no, not him again.
Huh? What's going on? Good morning, my dears. There's to be some change of plans on the branch line. First things first. We'll be getting rid of all the things that remind Percy of Thomas. Starting with you two. And Diesel 10 coupled up to Annie and Clarabelle and rolled them away. Poor Bruno was mortified. He wanted to use his air whistle to call for help, but couldn't without his guard. He could only stem his stepladders in fear. Just then, Percy arrived.
Bruno, what happened?
Annie and Clarabelle got coach-napped by that large diesel with the scary arm. Ooh.
A large diesel with a scary arm. Percy knew that engine all too well. So he started to give chase. It didn't take long until Percy finally caught up with Diesel 10.
Diesel 10, get back in!
Stop out of your Clarabelle.
Stop that large diesel!
Follow that warship.
Along the main line, other members of the steam team heard the commotion and chased after him. Soon the whole steam team fleet chased after the British-class warship Diesel all the way to Vickerstown Diesel Works.
Good day, lads. I'm pleased to present some new workmen coaches. This is Annie and Clarabelle, former members of the Farquhar brand. So, what is it now?
Diesel 10, what in the world are you doing?
What does it look like, Percy? I'm trying to help you. Thanks to that Breg Van Jake spilling the beans about your little issue from a couple days ago.
No, Diesel 10, this isn't help or any form of way. I see you trying to help me forget about arguing with my friend for the sake of my mental health, but do you really think that Thomas would give you took his coaches away?
Thomas isn't here now, is he? He's out on his silly little world tour traveling to God knows where. So what's the point of asking Thomas for the coaches if he's not going to be present,
That's besides the point. It's still not right.
James is right. Besides, Henry, you gave me a better solution to my current issue, but when you left, I have to talk to others on shows. Words can do more than action sometimes. Now, if you would, please hand over Annie and Clarabelle.
Oh, all right. Just keep it dark. I don't want the scary fat hat to find out about this.
And so, our heroes brought Annie and Clarabelle back to the Farquhar branch line. And I'm pleased to say, as for Percy, for the past day, as well as up to now for the past 2 months, Percy the small engine has been feeling quite good. Whether it be working on the main line or on Thomas's branch line, he never lets fear interfere with him doing the one thing he enjoys on the island of Sodor. And that is being a really useful engine.